So,
one of the things we wanted to do, because obviously Sophie and I are both really into our climbing, is have somewhere that we could do a bit of training in the van when it's raining and things like that, which basically just involves having something to hang off, but finding something that's structural enough to hang all of my body weight and maybe a few weights as well off requires some careful thought. Don't want to sort of rip things off the van, so trying to make a sort of attachment to go into the metal main support girders of the roof, because I think they're going to be the strongest part. So these metal girders of the roof are going to be the strongest part. So
we got two of them. So
yeah.
The ceiling had to come up again.
Yeah, so part of the ceiling had to come down, but oh well. Basically some leftover bits from the roof rack, some Unistrut stuff that I had laying around. A bit of persuasion hooking behind those struts. And then this wooden bar will then mount in to those. Kind of like that.
Dream. Okay.
And
then we'll attach something to that.
Yeah, and then we'll attach. There'll be a plywood face to it and things, but there'll be enough screws all the way along that and things to take the weight. The bit I was worried about was the actual how you attach the wood to the van without ripping bits off the van or pulling stuff away. The other issue is we haven't got any bolts long enough, because I want to bolt this piece of wood right the way through. So I've got some leftover threaded rod from mounting the gas tank that we can...
That stuff. That took ages to saw through that. Yeah. That took about half an hour.
Well, yeah,
bolt.
but we got an angle grinder now.
Yeah, we bought one for £10.
Yeah. Let's see if we can go there. It's always really hard to get. That will then mount into the two hanging brackets, and then we'll put the plywood on the face. But happy with that so far.
Solid. That does look pretty chunky actually.
Well, it's in. It's nice and snug. Strong enough, we both hung off it and it's still there, so that's a good start.
Independently. We both hung off of it independently.
Yeah, there's not a lot to grip right now for
the
two of us to hang off it at once. So that's just kind of basically a mounting point that the framework can be mounted to, that can then hang off. It'll all need boxing in to try and make it look nice and tidying up and things like that, but
that's where the plywood's going to sit on that.
Yeah, wanted to make it, bolt it all in whilst we still had access to the actual metal work. See what we're doing with that.
It's going along quite nicely. So last night, again, ritual, painting, the shower, that's our toilet, which is not fixed. We're going to put duckboard in there. Shower's mostly done-ish. The skeleton's in. We're going to do shower board. So, despite having bathroom paint, it's going to be shower boarded, duct boarded, piped in, etc. So that's the skeleton work. Brett's working on the fridge. This is our new cool box, I would say, for beers, but we don't drink a lot of beer. Yeah. So he's working on that bit, trying to fit, I guess,
Yes.
a framework.
Yeah, framework to go around this, and then a bit of worktop on the top.
Very nice. And then the bench is going to sit here, the sofa.
Yeah.
It's getting an ever smaller space here.
Yes.
It originally started off with some ridiculous size, like 180, 160, and now it's down to like 110. Be a very generous armchair by the end of it. So today's other challenge, we don't have problems, we have challenges, is we'd like to put in a shelf.
Overcab storage cupboard shelf.
So basically having a shelf here and then a nice front there with a little hatch.
Yeah.
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 But it requires much cutting of templates.
Yeah, it's quite an odd
It's very odd
shape.
I've already mucked it up.
None of it is even. There's a lot of different measurements to try and get that to fit.
Yeah. But luckily we still have the bulkhead. We still have the bulkhead, so I drew around the top of the bulkhead to try and get this first bit here, this front face. This bit is an unknown entity, so that's going to be built in cardboard. Well, the front bit was built in cardboard first as well. Anyway, lots of cardboard. Luckily we had lots of Amazon packages arrive. So I sellotaped it all together. The shelf, beautiful shelf, but to give it, obviously it's a bit wobbly, give it some stability, we'll put battens down on the inside here and on the other side as well, and kind of like sandwich the battens with this in between them and then screw the shelf to the battens. Probably put some little feet right in the very corners of the front parts of the shelves, and then I think Brett would like it wrapped. You want it gift wrapped?
Well, I was going to order some sort of grey headliner fabric, a little bit like this, and then wrap this in that. So this internal cab area kind of feels, I don't know, more the same. Like this will kind of, I don't think we'll get an exact match, but if we can get something closest to it, then this will kind of feel like one.
You want a fuzzy cab.
Be cosy.
A fuzzy cab.
3 days later.
Overhead cab shelf thing is gone in. So in the end put a batten and then a chunk of plywood that side for bracing, and then screwed that in, and then got like some fuzzy stuff to put on that. And then the head bit will go in with a door. Brett's been doing all of this electric stuff, which there's a box.
Yeah, it's still got a bit more to go. It's not the tidiest yet. I'm just trying to get everything, work out exactly how everything needs to be and where it's going to be, and then I might tidy it up a bit, maybe. Yeah, just trying to do some rough connections just so we could perhaps get the lights working and things like that, so when we're working in the dark we're not using little lamps, bits like that. So
It's good though. Well done. Also been busy
I'll get out your way.
doing these. So here's toilet again. Here is new duckboard. This is a repurposed garden table. Sanded it down as much as we could, and then it's still got like a little bit. And then resting it on those battens we put in, and that's the shower tray itself. Shower tray's got a hole in it with a plug hole, etc. And then we got some shower board reduced second-hand off Facebook, and then spent ages lining up the pattern, only to realise later down the line you didn't need to. But anyway, it's in now. It's in now, and we ran out, so we need to buy some more to go on this wall and on the back wall here. But it's all good. So the plan here is basically we'll have a door going between this batten and that one, and then like some tongue and groove this side all the way up, and another bit here, and on the back side will be more shower board there and there. Doesn't feel like one thing in particular has
I think because it's been raining and it's limited,
done.
we haven't been able to get any of the big bits of wood out or anything like that. So we've kind of been flitting between lots of little jobs and kind of doing a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and not so nothing's finished.
Anything, yeah.
Not really finishing any of those jobs, but kind of just making progress on several different areas all at once.